Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 1st through 2018 reading for you. Now, I've already shuffled and meditated upon the cards, right? We're just giving them one last good shuffle to connect with Spirit and make sure that you hear the message that you need to hear. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, all that information will be in the description box below. Okay. Fantastic. There you are, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. You are represented by the Star card in the Major Arcana. Alright, so this is very, very interesting. Okay, there's a sense of, okay, there can be an argument that's going to happen within these 10 days that you need to be aware of, okay? Because when I see the Five of Wands and anything, it can be something small that just blows up into something huge. Right? But the number 5 is important for you in these 10 days. I don't know exactly how that's going to work in. But yeah, the number 5 has significance. You might be getting into a fight with a earth sign. Okay, so your first card here is the King of Pentacles. Now, this can represent an earth sign, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. This is also saying that you are really focusing on what it is that you want. This is very much you being in the here and the now, focusing on the everyday prosperity, okay, everyday wealth. And this doesn't have to be money. It can be something you value as much as money, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, but it's helping you acquire and accumulate the wealth that you want in your life. And again, it doesn't have to be financial wealth. It just is something that brings you great joy, great satisfaction, and pleasure. And it's after a time of struggle. After a time of struggle, you start to see the fruits of your labor pay off. And you really sit there, and it is your divine right, and I want you to remember this, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, that it is your divine right to move forward in prosperity. Because this is something that you have been waiting a long time for. This is an awakening itself, this is a moving forward, and this is knowing that you are not alone, and that what you want from life isn't selfish, it isn't egotistical, it isn't you sitting there and only thinking about yourself. It is you moving forward for the betterment of what you want from life, but also life itself. Okay, you're starting to really embrace the joy that you desire on this earthly plane and not always sacrificing yourself for everybody else. Again, your divine right to live in prosperity, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Now, since this also represents an earth sign, there could be a fight that you are going to have with an earth sign. Now, I don't want you to think that it's only an earth sign. It could be they have earth sign in their chart, or they're just being very stubborn about something. And it's almost as if you've tried to walk away from things, you've tried to let it go, all right, that I'm seeing from these cards, but it can just blow up. It can be something so small that just sets everything off, and now you are just like, no more, I'm done, you know what, and some of you need to have this out. Okay, some of you need to have this argument. You need to clear the air. It needs to be said because you can't stop this argument from happening even if you wanted to. And I know that sounds funny because usually with the Five of Swords, I'd be like, oh, okay, just let it go, walk away. No, sometimes, especially when I see this in a reading, a lot of times you can't stop it from coming. You can't. And as much as you might walk away, as much as you might be like, okay, fine, you know what, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. One day, one point, you just can't let it go anymore. And everything just blows up, or the other person blows up at you, and you're like, you know what, enough. I have been nothing but nice, I have nothing but kind, and really, we're going to go and have this argument now? That's what the Five of Wands means to me. It means that something is going to happen that can bring an argument that's going to be super intense, and it's going to clear the air, things are going to be said that need to be said, but really be careful how you say things in the heat of the moment, because you can't take back words. So if you can avoid this argument, if you can walk away from it, if you can stop it from happening, then I highly suggest that you do. But know that in these 10 days, you might be having it out with somebody. And you might just sit there, and it just might need to come. It might need to be the storm that comes through, and it turns everything up, and emotions run high. And then when you're done, it's like, okay. And you're going to feel a bit of exhaustion, a bit of like, oh my gosh, but it will have need to have been said, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. So just be prepared for it, and if you can avoid it, I do suggest that you do, but just be prepared that it might be coming, even if you try to avoid it, okay? Even if you don't want to sit there and have an argument with anyone. And it might be an argument over, not finances, but over the way that you're doing things on this earthly plane, which I know sounds broad and funny, but it's almost as if you want to go one direction and the other person's like, no, let's just keep on doing it the way that things always been done, or let's go this direction, and then that's what brings on the argument. Because we have an awakening of self here with the Judgment card. In the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, this is an angel blowing his trumpet, resurrecting people from their graves, from their coffins. Here, it is a man, a knight, if you can see that, a knight blowing his trumpet, awakening people from their slumber. It's called the sleepers, because they are put in stasis. They are put in sleep until their expertise are needed. They are fantastic knights, and they're needed to defend Wales, because all these cards have to do with Welsh mythology. So there's a part of you that is hearing a call, and you're answering that call, like within your soul, and you're moving forward. It's something you can't ignore even if you wanted to. And that could be where this discord comes in. Because all of a sudden people sit there and might think, oh my gosh, you're changing. Like, why are you changing? Why are you, being different? Or why are you doing this? Why can't you be like you always were? And it's because there's something within you that's awakening, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. There's something within you that you need to do to bring you the prosperity, the joy, and the fulfillment within your life that you want and that you desire. And don't be apologetic for it. I mean, really, seriously, this is something that you need to do to have that fulfillment come in and lead you to the next phase in your existence. And so be bold and be brave and embrace what it is that you want, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, because you have been waiting so long for your prosperity to come. You have been with the Seven of Pentacles. I mean, you've planted your seeds, you've watered them, and they've turned into these beautiful trees. Well, this beautiful tree here. I like to think of it as an orchard. But it's not quite yet your time to pick the fruit. So you're awakening, you're having this awakening of self, you're focusing on what it is that you want. And you're starting to set everything in motion for you to get to the next level, for you to get to what you desire. So the person might come at you and say, you know what, you're not even, making that much money, or you're not even achieving what it is that you set out to do. It's because you're getting there. And I don't want you to sit there and go, you know what, you're right, and feel all terrible about yourself and have another person put you down, because you're almost there, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. You're almost there. Do not give up on you. Do not give up on you, because you are achieving your goals. You are achieving your dreams, and it's just taking a bit more time. If you pick the fruit before it's ripe, I mean, you can pick it, you can sweeten it with sugar, and it will be sweet, but it just won't be as delicious as if it's ripe and ready to be picked. So your prosperity is coming. Your wealth, you're something you value as much as money. Something that's going to bring you a sense of pride. And we always equate the pentacles, or at least most people do, with financial wealth. It doesn't have to be that. It can be success. It can be sitting there and knowing that you achieved something that you thought you would never achieve. It doesn't have to be financial wealth. It is something that brings beauty into your life and that moves you forward with a sublime sense of satisfaction. And at times, you feel as if you're out on your own, as if you're walking in the cold. Okay, I want you to know that you're not. The angels, I always see this little boy here. He always makes me think of Tiny Tim in A Christmas Carol. But just this little person, this angel walking with you. Okay? You are never alone. Divinity, the universe, has your back. You are being guided forward. And the hardships that you have been through are to teach you lessons, okay? Are to elevate your soul. Know that even though you feel as if you're out in the cold at times, even though you feel as if people aren't understanding, you are moving towards your goals, and it doesn't matter if they understand, because you are attaining your soul's wish. Right here, this is you. I love that Aquarius is represented by the Star card. It's so beautiful. It's after a time of struggle, after a time of disappointment, after a time of really sitting there and kind of being, I'm going to go with gobstopped, of how things have happened, of, the trials that you have had to go through, the tribulations that you have been through. Now you're sitting there and you've sent your wish out into the universe, out to the divine, and you are getting an answer. They're hearing you, even if you think they're not. Okay? Because it's quite clear from the Five of Pentacles that you think that nobody's listening. They are. And by they, I mean the universe. I mean the divine. Your angels are guiding you. They are leading you forward. After your time of sorrow. Because Branwen, in Welsh mythology, right, she was a princess. She married a king. And then all of a sudden, she was cast down for an insult her family did. Okay? That was supposed to have been cleared up on her wedding day. So she was cast down, made the lowliest of servants, ordered to have her ears boxed every single day by the cook, to be a scullery maid, and she sends this little bird out to her brother, Bran the Blessed, to come and rescue her, to save her from the sorrow and the despair that she's living. That's what the star is. Right here is that moment of sending out your wish when you think nobody is listening, when you think that nothing is going to go right. I want you to know that people are listening, that the universe is hearing you, and it might be taking time, but the fruits of your labor are going to pay off. Your clarifying cards, and I love it, because you have 9 and the 10. This is sitting here feeling battered and bruised, feeling as if, oh my gosh, really, seriously, I have to put up with this one more time. I have to, keep on defending myself. And then you're taking down your burdens. You're taking the weight off your back. And you are seeing what it is that you want. And you're creating the existence that you desire. But here, have this be a fence between you and the outside world. Put the staff into the ground. Okay, think of them as trees. The more you believe in yourself, the faster they grow. And the more that they have this barrier between you and the outside world, between you and people who don't understand, because their negativity and their cruelty is making you feel just horrible. It really is. It's making you feel battered and bruised and doubting yourself and what it is that you want. Don't doubt yourself. It's time to put down your burdens, and only your burdens, okay? Don't carry other people's burdens for them. It's time to take what you want and start creating it. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Give me 1 minute. There's an argument that's going to happen, okay? Just be prepared for it, all right? It might be big, it might be small, it might be something super silly that everybody gets over really quickly, and it might be something that is super intense, okay? It has the potential to become very intense, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. If you can let it go, if you can diffuse the situation, do so. But it's happening because there is a part of you that is awakening, and people aren't understanding it. All right? It might very well be happening with an earth sign or somebody who has an earth sign in their chart. But this is also because you are starting to follow your goals and your desires. And people are going to sit there and think that you're being selfish or self-centered or something to that effect. But you're not, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. You are following your goals. You have the divine right to live in prosperity. Embrace it. Understand that you have been through struggles and that you have overcome them. And now the fruits of your labor are paying off. You are never walking alone. Ever. The angels are walking with you. The universe, the divine has your back. You are achieving your goals. Stay true to yourself and stay true to what it is that you want to create in your life, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, because you are achieving it. The universe, the divine, is hearing you. You have set out your wish. You are embracing yourself completely. This is the highest representation of you in the tarot deck. You are embracing who it is that you are and what it is that you want. And though it's going to take a little bit more time, you are starting to see the fruits of your labor pay off. Now, this might be financially, this might be personally, this might be spiritually. It doesn't really matter because it is enriching your life. And that richness is leading you forward. And it's going to be different for each and every one of you. Again, this is a general reading, so it is going to be different for every single person. You're taking all your burdens, all your creativity, and you're putting them down in a place that you feel comfortable, that you trust. And you are not listening to the naysayers and the people that want to see you fail. You're sitting there and you're saying, you know what, enough is enough. You're building this wall between you and them, and you're moving forward in your success, in your prosperity. Your clarifying card is the Nine of Swords. Do not let doubt and fear get the better of you. Do not sit there and worry these whole 10 days away. Move forward in knowing that you are succeeding. Even if you have to, fake it till you make it. Even if you have to sit there and say, you know what? I'm confident, I'm calm, I'm secure, and late at night you sit there and you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to throw up. I'm so nervous. Don't let your doubts and your fears get the better of you. Respect them, understand where they are coming from, honor your emotions, but know that you are not this person in rumpled bedclothes. You are this person on horseback, moving forward in success. All right, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. Bye.